In this overview, we are going to discuss filters in the Maps app. Filters allow you to add additional dimensions to your analysis directly within the Maps app. This allows maps to have similar options to pivot tables and data visualizer, as you can now use disaggregations and organization unit groups to filter your data directly within thematic layers on the map. We can see this in the example that is displayed here. There are two filters currently being applied to this map. The data is currently being filtered by the male disaggregation and the rural organization unit group classification. Without the filters applied, the map will display the total number of HIV tests that have been performed without filtering by the disaggregation and organization unit group selected previously. This has been the default behavior within thematic layers in the Maps app in all previous versions of DHIS 2, where you were only able to use the total to be displayed on the map unless indicators using specific disaggregations were created. We can see this in the previous Maps app thematic layer pane. There is no filters option, as we were not able to apply any filters in previous versions of DHIS 2 to thematic layers to disaggregate data and add additional dimensionality by default. Adding filters to the map is a simple process and can be accessed when working with thematic layers. If we go to create a new thematic layer, we can see that we can access the filters option. However, since we already have a thematic layer that we want to add filters to, let's go ahead and edit this existing layer. When I edit the thematic layer and select the filters option, I can now add as many filters as required in order to display the data I need to review. Let us filter the data as we showed in our first example. This means we will have two filters. Sex will be male and the locality will be rural. Select the Add Filter button to add the first filter. From here, you will be able to select any additional dimension that is available in your other analysis apps. If I select sex, I will then be able to select the individual disaggregations belonging to this item. I can select male, then proceed to add another filter. I will now use the Urban-Rural Organization Unit group and select Rural as my filter. If I proceed to update the layer, I can now see the data on my map appears differently than when I use the totals without the filters. I can also see that the filters are listed on the thematic layer legend in the left portion of the Maps app. As this is now part of my legend, the filters will also be displayed when I download the map. You can see this in the preview prior to the download. You will also see the filter as part of the legend when you download the map and open it on your computer. Note that the ability to filter works at all levels. As another example, I have a map that is being represented by district rather than facility data. These districts are represented by polygonal boundaries rather than points. In this map, I have used health facility classifications as my filter. You can see what the map looks like without the filter, as the data is altered based on the filter that is being applied. The filter feature in the Maps app allows you to add dimensionality to your analysis, which is similar to the pivot tables and data visualizer apps. The filtering feature should simplify the creation of geographical representations of granular level data outputs. We look forward to hearing your feedback on this feature. For any questions or comments, please do not hesitate to contact us on the Community of Practice.